3 frames to send after back-to-back, there would be no gap.
No gap, right. And at the same time, now the question also indicated that the receiver side we are not looking, but if we are in the more sophisticated ones, we will look at the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement will take time and all these things. So then this gap would change, because then we are looking at the other one. But that all comes in later. So this is the simplest mechanism, right? So whenever you're developing your own programs, etc., also you go ahead and start with the simplest scenario. If you think of every possibility, you'll get confused. So it's better to just go ahead and start with that and say, okay, now I have a problem. In the second version, I'll go ahead and make it a little more sophisticated. I still know I have a lot of problems. It's never going to be perfect, but I will go ahead and address things that I believe have to be addressed. So this is the first thing I'm addressing. Now the second one, and so on. So that's the progression in all these protocols that I want you to see, and that's how historically things happen in terms of products that were provided. Okay. So now this one gets a little more sophisticated. Instead of simply pumping in data, here it's going to say, okay, stop and wait for what the receiver has to say. So as Scott pointed out, in this case, it sends the frame, but there is an acknowledgement that's sent by the receiver, and that comes in because here it receives that frame, which is just the acknowledgement frame, maybe just 1 bit, or may have some more information, but now that's going to come into play. So here you can see there's a little more sophistication. You have requests from the network layer, which is going to generate it, but there's also a notification from the physical layer that, hey, the acknowledgement has come, and that also plays a role into how this information is going to be sent. And on this side, there's no change because it's still going to keep on receiving information. It's just that the sender will do a better job instead of blindly pumping in data.